Hello and welcome to Oz 10-Pin Epping in Melbourne with the excitement of the prestigious Australian Bowling Cup. You're watching Bowl Patrol Rollin Thunder with the nation's best bowlers teaming up to bowl for Australian glory. Featuring the triples Baker format with 6 teams of 3 players each, each team have contested 4 matches in qualifying. 2 points per win, 1 point per draw. The top 4 teams now advance to today's finals and the battle for the Australian Bowling Cup. Our first final today is do or die. Finishing third was the Vic Kingpins, and they take on the New South Wales Strike, who ran 4th. The winner goes through to the preliminary final next episode. The qualifying final today has our top 2 teams. Queensland Rollin Thunder doing battle with the second place team, the Vic All-Stars. The winner advances to the grand final. The loser will have one more chance next episode. Sudden death action with the Vic Kingpins taking on the New South Wales Strike in the knockout final of Bowl Patrol Rollin Thunder. Well, Jaden, you're into the finals now. Bit scratchy when we saw you last episode, but you take on the same team as what you took on last episode in the knockout final.
Yeah, we do. Actually feeling quite confident in this next game. We're on the fresh oil now. So last couple of our shows, we've actually been on the double burn. So I feel like we're going to be quite confident. And I think we've got a lot of strike force here.
Speaking of confidence, you're enjoying the fact that the skipper has given you the responsibility a couple of times now to take the 10th frame.
Loving it, and I love that he trusts me to take that.
Well, Glenn, you've gone loss, win into the finals. You're still there with a chance.
Absolutely. And, you know, as always, finals is a new game, so I think it's time to go for another win.
New game, but we're seeing you take on the same opponents as you did last episode in the Vic Kingpins.
Yeah, not ideal. They'll probably want to gun for us a little harder, but that's okay. We can improve from our game there. Work as a team as always, and, yeah, hopefully we get enough pins to be on top.
It's knockout, so you're not worrying about pins or anything like that. You just want to get the win.
That's it. It's either get enough or go home, and we don't want to go home yet. There's plenty of bowling to do.
Finals are here. Absolutely fantastic competition it has been so far. Bowl Patrol Rollin Thunder, and our first final is a knockout final. The New South Wales Strike sneaking in to the finals. They went loss, win through their 4 qualifying matches up against the Vic Kingpins, who were cruising at one stage after some very impressive performances, but they just got in themselves. Very tight competition. We've already said goodbye to the New South Wales Hotshots and the Northern Territory Cyclone, and we'll be saying goodbye to another team. After this match, it is 3v4. I'm going to ask both our commentators who they fancy going into this one. Chris, who do you like going into this knockout final?
I definitely have to go with the Vic Kingpins, just purely because of the crowd support. Although they did lose the last game to New South Wales, I just think it's just hard to... Well, especially, they're going to be riding the wave. They snuck in, and I think they're just going to be raring to go. Porto loves a moment like this.
And Jeanette, for you?
Oh, look, by default, I'll take the residual. I'll stick with New South Wales, and then that keeps us all on an even keel.
Well, this is going to be a beauty. Finals time in Bowl Patrol Rollin Thunder. Nick Davis. How many times throughout this competition has he started their matches with a strike? Can he do it again? Oh, he can't. Ooh.
Wowee.
Left the 7-10.
Huge shot there from Nick. He's just absolutely blown away that rack, and somehow the 7-10 has stood.
I bet you he thought that was a strike.
Even he sees the funny side of it there.
And he's able to finish it off there with a 9 to open. Of course, the lanes have just been re-oiled.
That explains why he used the more aggressive ball of the balls that we've seen him play throughout the competition. When the oil is fresh, as I said, we can't see it, but it's 40 feet down the lane, goes from edge to edge, from gutter to gutter, and it actually is so fresh, and that means the backhand should be a little bit hookier.
Min-Hee Kim. She leaves an opening.
Yeah, just coming in a little bit light there, leaving the 3-5-6. Just see there, she's been playing that outside part of the lane through this whole competition. It just got it out to that outside part a little bit late, and it just come up a little bit light.
Looking for a bit more mix than that, but wasn't to be. Leaving the 3 pins on the deck again. As we referred, she's reverted to the plastic ball so that it will go more direct at the pins, and she just bowls straight at that pin that's closest to her, which is the 3 pin. Oh!
And misses as well. Not a heap of damage done, but...
Wow, scores are even after the first frame.
There we go. So he just goes cross lane with that plastic ball, just chops that 5 pin there. So an open frame to start for both teams here.
Say not a lot of damage done, but I suppose the only thing is failing to capitalise on the open frame left by the kingpins. Here's Jaden Vanella. Young Jaden, what a terrific tournament he's had. And doesn't get the strike there.
Yes, coming up a little bit light there, leaving the 2 pin. Looks like he got that out a little bit wide. Sticking with the same ball as last game, but as Jeanette said, on the fresher pattern, it is a little bit different. But he'll hope to take the spare early here.
However, he broke up the sleeper, which is the 2 pins in front of one another, leaving him the single 2 pin to go for the spare. He's choosing to use his strike ball as his spare ball in this instance.
Here is Jaden. Gets it.
Covers it, no problems.
So there's a spare.
And with that, the kingpins are on the board.
Jordan Dinham, if you've missed previous episodes, 17 years of age, born in May 2001. And a lot of people watching just aged quite a bit. And that's why he's there, because he can produce shots like that. Young Jordan Dinham with the first strike of this knockout final in Bowl Patrol Rollin Thunder.
I'm sure his coach, the great Chris Batson, is watching this from somewhere. He's very, very proud of his protege.
But also, you know, the tournaments I've seen Jordan play, this is the most animated I have seen him. Even after winning the New South Wales Open, he wasn't demonstrating anything. His excitement is what he's showing here.
David Porto, he'll demonstrate. Don't worry about that. Oh.
Just leaving the 7 pin there, coming in a little bit flat. He was hoping for the love tap. Watch this shot here. Ball comes in. It's 4 pin just lays in the gutter there, not to be.
And people have to understand the difference sometimes between that 7 pin and a strike is like about a millimetre in movement of the hand or even depth of the ball on the lane. That's how much impact it can make between a strike and not quite.
David Porto looking for the spare. He's missed.
Wow. 2 out of 3 open frames for Victoria. Is that a sign of nerves, do you think?
Could very well be. Like, this whole tournament, you know, the qualifying rounds, it's all about getting your mojo together as a team, finding a bit of a flow, working off each other, but this is the business end of the tournament.
Okay, New South Wales on a strike. Their captain, Glenn, getting up, hopefully to consolidate and make it a double by covering that open, but also capitalising on the opposition having an open frame.
Glenn Loader, they use this lane in their last qualifying game, and he gets a strike.
Huge
Yells
shot.
out a yes. The clenched fist, massive there from the captain.
Big shot there from Glenn early. If any time you can take a 30 pin lead in the 3rd frame, it's a big, big moment. Great shot.
Well, for some teams, you know, once you get your nose in front, it's like, okay, let's go, you know. Other teams are quite happy to come from behind and are confident in their ability to be able to make up score.
Nick Davis.
Oh,
Almost got it in the end, but
Nearly got the bounce off the wall. Vic Kingpins are in a bit of trouble here. They haven't looked confident at all, really, in these first 4 frames, and they're going to have to get it together pretty quick because their opposition, they're not going to let up.
to say they need a spare here is an understatement. Covers up beautifully.
change to the gold ball then. Is he possibly getting another look, Chris, as opposed to the ball he threw on the first shot?
Could very well be. Yeah, his first 2 shots haven't... Oh, actually, he had the 7-10 in the first frame. That wasn't too bad. But, yeah, I think he's got to look for something. I think they all have to look for something.
Here is Min-hee Kim.
Only been in Australia since early in the year. Is an ex-youth player for South Korea.
And gets a strike. Wow. What about the look of surprise on Min-hee Kim?
Great reaction there from Min-hee. That very well could have been a 7-9 off the pocket as we see the ball. Lost all its energy, got the strike, bang.
She's happy with that one.
Still surprised. Smiling. Well, she's been smiling all throughout.
It's easy to laugh when they fall, though.
Well, Jaden Pennella needs something to happen here for the Vic Kingpins. And can't get it. The 10 stays up.
Good shot there by Jaden. Maybe a little bit wide, and it's come back and lost a bit of energy going into the pins. We'll just see here.
Sometimes, though, when it comes to, competitions and tournament and major events, you want to make a good shot. The most common thing that the bowlers do is actually squeeze the ball a little bit harder. And once you get that little bit extra squeeze on the ball, you can't get the same reaction at the back end.
Jaden Pennella looking for the spare and gets it. Well, at the moment, it is a commanding lead for the New South Wales Strike. They've got a highest possible total of 279 as they go for 4 strikes in a row. The Vic Kingpins, by the way, the best they can do is 226. So they're in the territory of having to convert and rely on the New South Wales Strike faltering.
Yeah, the New South Wales Strike, they've had the deft touch, and this match has been completely on their terms.
And leaves 2 standing there.
Could be a bit of an opening for the Kingpins here, but coming in a little bit light. Normally you just leave the 7-pin standing with that type of hit, but he's got the 8 to contend with as well.
Now the bowlers have come on to a fresh oiling condition, and for those, some of them, it's like the lane's playing a little bit longer. They're not getting as much free hook, if I may say, at the back of the lane to what they have when it's more of a trash condition.
Jordan Dinham converts. He gets the spare. And the New South Wales team looking strong. So in this knockout final, for the loser, they are out. The winning team will go through to next week's preliminary final. And at the moment, it's looking like that will be the New South Wales Strike. Victorian Kingpins need something to happen. Here's their skipper, David Porto.
And that could be the turning point in the match there. Down by 31 pins, the captain gets up and says, come on boys, let's go.
David Porto with the strike.
Great shot, superb shot. There was no 7-pin standing there for him.
Now Glenn Loader, the captain of the strike. Here he goes, the skipper. And he gets a strike. Anything you can do, I can do better.
That was a great shot there from Glenn, just answering it back, not letting the occasion get the better of him. 10 in the pit.
And Chippy manages to produce an absolutely perfectly executed shot, extending through, plenty of time at the foul line. There we go, Nick sticking with the same ball.
Here is Nick Davis. They need a double here. The Kingpins, and they get a double. Oh, they're saying to the New South Wales Strike, we're not going away.
It is not over until the fat lady sings. Gets the ball out there, bang. Gets that light hit, 10 in the pit.
They've still got a possible top score there, the Vic Kingpins, of 226. The opposition can still score 257 as a maximum.
New South Wales have got their nose in front and they just want to stay in that position.
Here, Kim, with a strike.
Great shot there. Every shot here that the Kingpins are trying to just bridge that lead. New South Wales are just matching them shot for shot at the moment. It's just very frustrating for the Kingpins, but New South Wales are just bowling so well.
They've just got to keep things going and hope that New South Wales falter. That's the plan here for the Vic Kingpins. And one of the young guns has the ball in hand ready for his shot. Jaden Pennella.
Looking to make it turkey for his team.
And he does. He does. So all it takes now is just a slip up here by the New South Wales strike.
Bang, straight in the pocket, 10 in the pit. Exactly what you want to do in this situation is keep putting the pressure on and just hope you get that chance to catch back up.
And how many matches have we seen change hands from the middle of the game?
Just about all of them. Jordan Denham. Can he continue the strikes? He can't.
Great shot there from Jordan.
Leaves the 7.
Exactly what he would have wanted to do. Let's watch the replay here. Gets the angle, smacks the 1-3 pocket. That could have also been a 7-10, but still very unlucky not to get the strike.
But with Victoria on a string at the moment, if they keep going, even though New South Wales have left a pin that Jordan should easily convert, it's still not over.
Not at all. So Vic Kingpins have a max score still of 226. New South Wales strike can max out at 236. Jordan takes the spare.
He converts the spare. As we look at this one being a knockout final, don't forget what happened in the 3rd frame for Victoria, where they left an open frame with just the 1 pin out there. That could be crucial in the end.
And with this final, whoever loses is out of the competition.
David Porto. Won't the crowd get fired up if he gets a strike here? He does! Oh, forget about the crowd getting fired up. David Porto as well.
Big break there for Porto. Came in a little bit high, tripped the 6. So we'll just watch this shot go down the lane. But he gets the trip. And boy, did he want that strike.
That gives them a ham bone, 4 in a row. Now they have to decide the 10th frame. Who's going to play it? New South Wales. Glenn Loader getting up, try and get a strike and answer back on their behalf.
This is such a big shot in the context of this match.
Massive. Glenn Loader wants a strike and doesn't get it.
Leaving the 4 pin there.
So as it stands, a maximum score possible for the New South Wales strike is 225. For Victoria now, highest possible total of 226.
So this 10th frame choice here from David Porto is absolutely massive. Whoever gets up there for the Vic Kingpins, as we've seen, can actually win the match and shut out New South Wales strike. Oh! Wow.
Never in doubt, says Glenn Loader.
That was almost a complete disaster.
He knew it was a spare. As soon as the ball hit the pins, he knew it was a spare.
Here we go.
Well, here comes the captain. We have seen Jaden Pennella take the 10th frame a couple of times for the Vic Kingpins, but in this knockout final, it's going to be the skipper, David Porto.
The noble thing to do for the captain is to get up and say, all right, boys, I'll take it. Huge shot here, first one in the 10th frame.
David Porto likes it. Oh, doesn't like the result.
And a bad count too. That doesn't help. So takes the spare. Can finish on a 202.
Well, they've almost got to make sure now he finishes on 202. Spare it and strikes.
Because if he doesn't, if he spares and strikes, that means the New South Wales strike would only need a 9 on the first ball and the match will be over. But yeah, that 6 count definitely hurts.
And this isn't an easy spare to convert. You know, the bucket with the 4 pins and particularly the sleeper, he's using a plastic ball to shoot this spare.
Here we go. And he misses it. He misses it. So they finish on 190. The Vic Kingpins on 190. So it's almost a foregone conclusion now for the New South Wales strike.
Yeah, you can see the disappointment on Porto's face there. He's absolutely shattered. New South Wales striker bowled an amazing game. It was definitely a rough ask. They had to throw a lot of strikes to get back into it. Glenn looking to finish out on a strong point, but they will go through to the next round.
And that just puts an exclamation point on it. Glenn Loader with the strike to open up the 10th. They've got the win. Now they want to finish off in style and take momentum into next week's preliminary final.
He's got 2 shots to go potentially for a 225 for their team. Game's over though. They've already scored 195. The rest is bonus pins.
To get into some sort of rhythm. Here is Glenn Loader.
9 count.
Yeah, just leaving the 4 pin there, but yeah, the spare will give Glenn 215 and they will go through to the preliminary final.
214 they're on at the moment. A comprehensive victory after the Vic Kingpins could only manage 190. Finishes with a spare 215. They do get the New South Wales strike. Good enough for them to progress through to next week's preliminary final. For the Vic Kingpins, well, they gave us so much great entertainment, but for them, their campaign is over. Beaten 215 to 190. Well done to the strike. We'll see them in action in next week's preliminary final. Well, what a terrific knockout final we have seen, Chris. They were outstanding, the New South Wales strike. Victoria Kingpins as well, doing very well, taking it down to the wire, but the strike rock solid throughout.
Absolutely, had most of the match on their terms. A poor 2nd through 5th frame for the Vic Kingpins, put them behind the 8 ball. New South Wales strike just kept striking, kept their nose in front. A late rally from the Vic Kingpins, not quite enough, and the New South Wales strike take out the chocolates.
Jeanette, the strike outstanding.
They just got better and better. They've learned each time they've gone out there, they're collaborating with one another in regards to their equipment and what's working for them and what angles. And they seem to be combining very, very well as a unit.
Yeah, they're certainly doing that. They are through to the preliminary final, the New South Wales strike.
Glenn, another win all the way through to the preliminary final. How did you play that game?
Well, we made a couple of adjustments, surface and ball-wise within the team, and just backed ourselves. You know, a clean game by the team, which is perfect at this time. And yeah, we'll be building for the next match and chuck a few more strikes in there. It'd be nice.
You didn't get nervous when the Victorians started to come back with that 4-bagger?
Well, home crowd advantage definitely played a part, but, you know, we're all there sort of teaching each other to breathe again as a team. A bit of a theme within what we're doing and keeps us relaxed and has a bit of a laugh. So, yeah, luckily we had enough.
One step closer to the finals. Good luck.
Thanks so much.
Here's a fun way for children to learn the sport of 10-pin bowling. Bowl Patrol is a program to teach kids aged 6 to 12 the basic skills. Why not learn how to bowl now with a qualified instructor? Go to bowlpatrol.com.au. Well, joining us now is the CEO of 10-Pin Bowling Australia, Cara Honeychurch, of course, to a Commonwealth Games gold medalist in the sport. Cara, terrific things happening in the sport, isn't it, at the moment, especially too around the announcement that Jason Belmonte, one of our great ones, will be an ambassador for the Bowl Patrol program.
Yeah, we are absolutely thrilled to recently announce our partnership with Jason Belmonte. We are so incredibly proud of everything that he's done in the sport, and to have him as an ambassador for Bowl Patrol. We're very passionate about making sure that children join our sport and have a future and follow in Jason's footsteps. So to have somebody like Jason being the ambassador of our program, we're incredibly excited and proud about the opportunities.
And Bowl Patrol is going from strength to strength.
It is. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic program for all children to get involved in. Bowling, we know is a great recreation, but it's also got a fantastic pathway in the sport. And Bowl Patrol, if you want to learn for children aged 6 to 12, this is the way to learn to start to bowl.
Well, it is terrific, Bowl Patrol. We're really enjoying the program and seeing how it's growing. Good on you, Cara. Thanks for your time. We'll catch up with you again throughout the tournament.
Great. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Coming up after the break, the showdown of the series. The first place, Queensland Rollin Thunder, up against the second place, Victorian All-Stars, in a race to the grand final of Bowl Patrol Rollin Thunder. Welcome back to Bowl Patrol Rollin Thunder. You're watching Australia's best 10-pin bowlers in action here at Oz 10-pin Epping in Melbourne. They have been the best all series, now the chance to go straight to the grand final. It's Queensland Rollin Thunder and the Vic All-Stars. The pressure is on with Bowl Patrol Rollin Thunder. George into the finals and with the top two finish, looking good.
That was best game yet. Everything came together. The team bowled amazing. Top seeds into the top two now to the elimination format. Feeling great. Feel pretty confident going back to back.
Do you look at changing up things at all? Have you had a chat in recent times about what you might be doing now in the finals?
No, the last couple of weeks have been sort of test some things here and there. We feel as though the last week we absolutely nailed it. So we are just going to keep with that exact formula, same balls, same lineup, same everything. And I feel pretty confident we're going to bowl another decent game in the finals.
Well, Adam, from 0-2 to finishing 2-2, and given how tight the competition was, now a top two finish into the finals, full of confidence, no doubt.
We never had any doubt, Peter. No, we were very happy. We felt good. We felt we had a good look at the lanes. We really gelled as a team, which I think is the most important part in this. Play what you see out on the lanes, and I think we did that really well.
And working so well together as all three of you.
Yeah, right behind each other, giving each other advice, little ideas between us all just to make sure we're all on the same page, and we got it done.
Here we are now, ready for the grand final qualifier of Bowl Patrol Rollin Thunder, and it is the teams that finished first and second after the qualifying rounds. For the winner, through to the grand final. For the loser, they'll be through to next week's preliminary final. Queensland Rollin Thunder with their team of George Falingos, Alexia Hicks and Jared Langford up against the Vic All-Stars, Adam Hayes, Dina Buxton and Terry Wenban. What a tournament that both teams have had, and both, Chris, very different. Queensland looking rock solid throughout, but for the Vic All-Stars, started slowly, but boy, they're going to take some momentum into this grand final qualifier.
Yeah, absolutely. The Vic All-Stars 0-2 after 2 games didn't even look like they were going to get anywhere near the final, and they just rallied. Their last 2 matches have been absolutely superb. Queensland Rollin Thunder, they've been solid throughout, as you said. They have also had a couple of lucky breaks and a couple of lucky wins, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this match goes today.
Jeanette, as far as this one is concerned, momentum, as we've seen throughout, can chop and change, but these two teams have shown they've been, even though in the games that they'd lost the Vic All-Stars, they were always in the contest and been very consistent.
They have. Obviously, the Queensland group, with Jared and George in it, the left-handers who were successful in the event last year, would have to be going in a bit more of a favourite. However, the good part is this is a qualifying match. Whoever loses is not eliminated from the tournament. They get to play in the next match. The winner has the luck of going straight through to the final.
Terry Wenban, he's been there, done that with just about every major event in 10-pin bowling, not only in this country, but pretty much around the world. But he'll still be feeling the pressure.
Absolutely. He's definitely the silver lion, just sitting there, taking it all in. He knows exactly what to do in this situation.
Alexia Hicks it is to start things off for Queensland Rollin Thunder. Not changing up much at all because they've done this regularly throughout.
This first ball from Alexia will be very interesting. She's been using this ball in the last few matches, and it's just been getting better and better, and interesting to see how this first ball reacts.
Alexia Hicks. Here we go. Starts off with
A little bit high.
Yeah, just a tad high. I don't think she'll be sad about that reaction. The ball did finish strong, so just make the slight adjustment. But yeah, definitely a good sign for Alexia there.
And also the fact that she broke up the split is an indication that, you know, she's perhaps got the right ball selection and just a slight modification in angle. Now using the straighter plastic ball to shoot for the spare.
going for the spare and has got it.
So nice spare early there for Alexia. Navigating the waters early in such a big match.
The crowd right behind the Vic All-Stars. Two Victorian teams started off. Bowl Patrol, Rollin Thunder. And only one remain. Adam Hayes, the captain of the Vic All-Stars. And bang, there it is.
Great
a
shot
strike.
There. Great shot there from Adam. Early deft touch, really making a statement early here. Great shot.
Adam Hayes with the strike, Jeanette.
Ever since they changed their lineup of their team, the first game, right, was good, but they've had much, much better success since they changed the lineup of their team.
Here's Jared Langford, one of the stars of the tournament in previous episodes. Bowling strikes just like he could do it in his sleep. But he's awake and he's still doing it, even at the business ends.
Excellent shot there from Jared. Much more of the same as he's had throughout this tournament. Just gets in, wheels that shot, grabs a handful and bang, all 10 in the pit.
Is it possible for that glare to get even stronger now that we're into the finals?
I'm sure we'll find out as we get closer to this grand final.
Oh, look at him.
If you saw it on a child, you'd say, what's that mean face for? You know, but no, he's really intense and he's out to do the best he possibly can. So he's putting everything into it.
Dina Buxton, another one who's been in terrific form. And there's a strike. A double to start off for the Vic All-Stars.
Bit of deja vu of the last couple of matches here from the Vic All-Stars. Adam with the first shot. Dina gets up, follows on, and here we go, bang, great shot, one free pocket, all 10 in the pit.
Strike to start.
Great
Spare
shot.
strike for Queensland.
And now Hollywood. George Ferlingas, following Jared Langford's strike, would be really looking for a double.
The Ferlingos of Mykonos looking to double up here.
And he does. He likes that one. Does George.
Trademark George Ferlingos. Gets left, keeps it straight. Around that first arrow, bang, all 10.
Well, the way things are shaping up, you're going to have to produce a very, very good score to win this one.
You've got to be absolutely on your game. There's no letting up. You know, it's just eyeball that target and punish the pocket.
Terry Winban. And he gets this one to hook. Can't get the strike.
Just coming in a little bit light. He has had success with those light ones in previous matches, as we just watch this one here. Doesn't quite get the 4-pin to go. Maybe looking to make the spare. Just keep his team slightly in front.
Could make just a small adjustment, you know, for that. But whether, because of nerves or anything, whether he purposefully played it a little bit wider just to be sure, stands to be seen.
Gets the spare. Both teams have gone with 2 strikes and a spare, but as we've seen, you're best getting that spare out of the way first. Now they're on a double here, Queensland, and looking for the turkey.
Alexia gets up here in the 4th frame. She's had good success so far in this tournament, just converting those strings of strikes and keeping those strings going. So let's see what you can do here in the 4th frame.
Picture of concentration there.
The 22-year-old from Newcastle, Alexia Hicks, with a strike.
Great shot, getting that ball reaction she wants. Just get that ball driving through the pins.
Brilliant from Alexia.
She's so cool, calm and collected. You know, the young ones just don't seem to have any fear.
I think she's definitely a bit of a sleeper on the women's scene in Australia. Like, she's won the Australian Masters. She just finished runner-up in the 2018 Australian Masters. Could have been a 2-time winner at the age of 22. So I expect big things from her in the future for sure.
Adam Hayes, the captain. Oh, another strike.
Coming in light there, just mixing the pins around. Just vintage Vic All-Star, should I say. I think if we watch the replay, yeah, didn't quite look solid at the line there, but he'll take it.
How often have we seen that in recent episodes, or previous episodes?
It's happened a few times, actually. But he seems to get away with it every time he does it, so keep him coming.
But the bowlers are sometimes embarrassed when they score from making such a bad shot. They want it. Their pride says, I've got to execute a good shot. Watch Jared and see.
Here's Jared Langford. Oh, he's done it again. He's done it again.
Here comes that intensity.
There'll be smoke coming out soon from Jared Langford.
He is seriously in the zone. Absolutely. You know, his team started off with a spare. They've now got 4 in a row.
Over to you, Dina Buxton. Queensland team, by the way, still a possible max score of 290 and a possible max score of 279 for the Vic All-Stars. Dina Buxton likes that one on release and gets a strike. A strike. Things are hotting up in this grand final qualifier. Well, what a grand final qualifier we've got here in Bowl Patrol. Rollin Thunder is the captain of Queensland. Hollywood George Frilingos. Hollywood George for 5 strikes in a row for his team, and he gets it.
Great shot there from George. He loves those situations. Just where he has to be clutch, steps up, gets it round that first arrow in between first and second, and bang, all 10.
Just that nice, tidy down and in shot.
And it's won him so many titles in this country. Speaking of bowling down and in and winning titles, here comes Terry Wemban.
Terry Wemban. This for the turkey. And he doesn't like it on release.
That was wide.
Very wide.
But also for our viewers, you know, if you're watching this and you feel like you're motivated to go and have a game, we invite you to just visit bowl.com.au, find the nearest centre, go and enjoy yourself, have some fun, get together, challenge some friends, have a social night out.
Bowl.com.au, and it is a terrific social night out, isn't it? Fantastic. Here's Terry Wemban. Gets the spare. Still a possible top score of 256, which quite often you always say, well, they'd be in the box seat, wouldn't they? But no, they're not, because the opposition can still get a 290.
Yeah, 116 in the 5th frame is never anything to sneeze at, but Queensland just have it going at the moment, and Alexia can make it 6 in a row. Just keep that lead.
I think possibly they came in as the top seeds and they made a decision that they would be just go hard and be very, very assertive with their targeting and making good shots. They want to stay on top.
Alexia Hicks has gone a spare and a strike with her first 2, and then gets another strike.
That was well inside there from Alexia. She crosses over to the Brooklyn side. That would be like just teeing off one down the fairway, a bit of wind catches it, it bounces off a tree and goes straight back onto the fairway. You take it. And a bit of
well, as they say, you don't have to draw a diagram, do you? Just as long as you get the result.
All looks the same up on the scoreboard. 6 in a row for the Queensland Rolling Thunder.
Oh, what a display. Adam Hayes needs a strike to give themselves any chance. And then hope that Queensland make a mistake. Can he get it? He can't, and he's left a very nasty split here where he's got to take given the circumstances, a big risk.
Yeah, this one, it's almost impossible to spare. You basically have to rely completely on luck. You have to bounce that 2-pin into the 10 and then hope one of them bounces back across and takes out that back 8-pin. But I think he'll probably go for the count just because it is such an impossible spare.
Yep, he's done exactly that.
Make sure of 2.
Absolutely. Even though the Queensland Rolling Thunder do have 6 in a row, 1 or 2 bad frames can definitely pull it back, as we've seen so many times in this tournament.
Wouldn't like to be relying on this bloke, though, for a bad frame.
No.
Jared Langford.
I don't think I've seen him miss the pocket in this whole event, so at the very least, you know he's going to get at least 9. Maybe I'll put the knocker on him, but yeah, he just doesn't like the feel of that ball.
Not quite right. When in doubt, come back, regroup, go through your routine to prepare to play so that you can get up on that approach with a clear mind and make a good shot.
It's definitely the trait of a professional, is if it doesn't feel right, just put the ball down, reset, and start again.
Jared Langford. Here he is. Lets it go, lets it rip, gets another strike. Oh, what about the reaction?
Great shot there from Jared, and he knows that just puts 1 foot into the grand final.
Bang.
Wow.
It's just so good to watch.
They've got potentially a 290 game here. You know, the highest game that we've had in the tournament thus far this year. So 290 is phenomenal.
7 strikes in a row. Dina Buxton. And she gets another strike.
Dina goes 3 for 3. Gives them still a max 232, but yeah, they're going to need a lot of help here.
I just want to say something about Jared Langford as well, as we see Dina Buxton there again. If you do see him when you're walking in the street, he's actually a nice bloke. You don't have to cross the road to go the other way.
No, absolutely.
It's
absolutely.
just his determination right here.
You know, he's just a big kid when he's off the lanes. It's almost like white line fever for him.
Absolutely.
You know? Gets in that player's area and he gets his mean face on.
Here is George Ferlingos. And he can't strike this time. So the 290 is gone.
Probably the best shot he's actually thrown the whole match, and it was the only one that didn't strike. So, yeah, well in control here, the Rollin Thunder. Even if he missed it and then they open the 10th, they're most likely still going to take the match out.
Hollywood George Ferlingos and the Golden Shoes are still in action. We've seen them not only here, but in the past.
Painted up like a big Greek Oscar.
About to say, Hollywood, he might have got them from Rodeo Drive. Here we go. Gets the spare. So a maximum possible score for Queensland Rollin Thunder of 269. 232 is the best that the Vic All-Stars can get. Winner through to the grand final, loser through to the preliminary final. Both of those matches in our final episode coming up. Here is Terry Wembang, gets a strike.
Great shot there from Terry. Kept it simple. Game is all over here, but yeah, definitely some big things to take into the next episode, the final episode of Rolling Thunder for the year.
But even if they lose this match, which obviously it's going to look like it, they'll still go forward and have another opportunity against the New South Wales Strike.
And that will be a good match.
And you'd think they just want to get through to that next match, beat the Strike, and then have one more crack at the Rollin Thunder for the title.
Jared Langford taking the 10th. Strike. There it is again.
Great shot there from
You're
Jared.
beginning to expect it from Jared. Anything short of a strike is, you know, question mark, question mark.
I think from a commentary point of view, I'll start getting more excited if he misses one. He's on fire.
If it was possible to fast forward live TV, you'd probably skip Jared's shots, because 9 times out of 10 he's struck in this tournament. Great bowling.
And one of the only times he didn't was when he experimented with another ball.
Absolutely. I think it was either, maybe he might have left another corner pin, but yeah, very few and far between.
Jared Langford again. And, well, I'm not getting sick of seeing that. That is outstanding. He's in the zone all right. One more for a score of 269.
So more of the same, around that same board down the lane, the 10 board. Just left of that, and the ball just comes screaming back, crushes the pocket. Nothing has a chance of standing. He's just, there we go.
Now he's getting the clap going. George has started this one. He's getting the clap going to finish with the turkey. Here we go, Jared Langford. He likes it. Why wouldn't he? And a fantastic score of 269. Wow.
What a time to pull out the high game of the tournament. With a spot in the grand final on the line, and he pulls out a 269. Great game for Rollin Thunder. He loved that shot. That's the Jared you see every day, the teddy bear.
Dina Buxton will want to finish on a high here as well as they go to a preliminary final. How terrific has Dina Buxton been, not only today, but in previous episodes as well. Rock solid.
Yeah, the big difference since she's changed to that Codex ball, which is the slightly stronger ball, and she's moved to the left, which is her bread and butter, and being able to project it to the right. She has not missed the beat.
The Vic All-Stars still have a max game of 232, which would win most games, and they're going to go down here. But, as we've said, they do have one more chance next week.
Dina Buxton got one strike already in this 10th frame and gets a second one.
Another great shot there from Dina, so she'll have one more shot here. Could finish with a team 5-bagger for a 232, so...
It would not surprise at all if we see these two teams in the grand final. They're still a very good side, the Vic All-Stars. They'll take on the New South Wales Strike next week. The crowd getting right into this one as well. They want to see Dina finish with a turkey as well. 222 a strike. We'll see them finish on 232. Making plenty of noise. And she's got it! Yay! A top quality game. They'll take some beating in next week's preliminary final, the Vic All-Stars, where they'll take on the New South Wales Strike. More details about that very soon. But let's celebrate this 269 by the Queensland Rollin Thunder team. Their captain, George Flingos, Alexia Hicks, outstanding, and Jared Langford. Take a bow. 269. A big win there for Queensland Rollin Thunder. Plenty of highlights in this one. What a match we saw.
Absolutely. Strike after strike by both teams. And, yeah, very, very high scoring affair. The Rollin Thunder got out to an early lead. They kept that lead going. But the Vic All-Stars didn't go away. They threw a great game also. Alexia Hicks with a strike here.
Well, Dina Buxton was great for the All-Stars. Generally, with a performance like that, you'd give her player of the match. But Jared Langford, as we saw here, he just didn't miss Jeanette.
Oh, he's just a striking machine. He's just amazing. He just keeps hitting it and hitting it and hitting it. You know, most of the players his age tend to area bowl. Jared can hit a 5-cent piece out there. He is so accurate and so consistent.
Yeah, terrific effort there by Queensland Rollin Thunder, winning that one and providing some great highlights.
Well, Jared, you've become the striking machine of this tournament. Your team just had the highest score so far. Can you improve?
I think we can. I think we did throw a couple of errant shots there. I think we can improve just a little bit higher.
Your team's now straight through to the grand final. Who do you want to play, Victoria or New South Wales?
It doesn't really matter to us. Probably New South Wales. It takes a bit of the home crowd advantage out. That is definitely big here. But no, we're just going to do our own thing and hopefully throw lots of strikes.
Well, so far so good. Good luck for the final.
Thank you.
Join us for the last episode when we return with the grand final of the Australian Bowling Cup. Don't miss the preliminary final to see who joins Queensland Rollin Thunder in the final. This is Bowl Patrol Rollin Thunder. Bye for now.